say give me some praise. I said, come on and give the Lord some praise. How many come to worship the Lord today? I know it's late in the evening, and how many of you just come to give God some worship in here today? Has God done anything for you on this week? Has the Lord done anything for anybody on this side of the room this week? Come on and just wave your hands if you can't say amen. Just wave your hands in the air. Is there anybody on this side that God has done anything for? Can anybody testify this morning that he knows your name? Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Let the redeemed come to the house this morning. Oh yeah, we serve an awesome God this morning. We serve an awesome God this morning. What an opportunity to be in the house of the Lord one more time. Is there anybody grateful? You're grateful today that you were just able to come to the house of the Lord one more time. You didn't deserve it, but God bless you. Anybody grateful because you know you really don't deserve to be here. But God was better to you than you've been to yourself. And I'm only one in here this morning that's had a few bad days, but all of my good days outweigh my bad days. So I got a witness in here this morning. Anybody come to worship him this morning? You're not ashamed this morning to worship the Lord. You're not ashamed. I want to tell you this morning, he knows my name. Yeah, I got some praise in my spirit this morning. I want some praise in my spirit. I want to tell you this morning. I tell my church, y'all don't understand why I get so excited. But you don't know what God has brought me from. Yeah, you don't know like I know. Talk to me if you can this morning. What the Lord has done for me. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, I should have been in prison. Look at your neighbor and tell him, but God. Yeah, I should have been dead and sleeping in a cold grave, but touch your neighbor and tell him, but God. Yes, sir. I should have been divorced a long time ago, but look at your neighbor this morning and shout, but God. I would not have to let God in the house this morning. Yeah, you don't know like I know what the Lord has done for me. So excuse me this morning. Maybe God ain't done nothing for you this morning. But all of my kids are still alive. Talk to me if you can this morning. They're not behind prison bars. Talk to me if you can this morning. They're not at children's hospital. So like I said, you don't know like I know what the Lord has done for me. So I'll shout if I got to shout all by myself. Yeah, do I have a witness in here this morning? I'll shout glory if I got to shout all by myself. I'll shout hallelujah if I got to shout all by myself. Yeah, sometimes we become too educated and too sophisticated. We don't even go on our knees to pray no more. When I was a little boy, deacons would go down on their knees and they would pray. And the old women would be on the front. They call it the mourner's bench. But we become so educated and God has done so much for us that we've forgotten where we come from. We got to be out of church in an hour. We don't want to be in church all day. But I want to tell you, we were doing a lot better when we were standing in church all day. We were more spiritual when we stayed in church all day. And so every now and then, I think we need to get back to a church service like like we used to have it, where we didn't have no time limits on it. We didn't have no constraints on it. Wasn't nobody worried about their wig falling off, or their eyelashes falling off, or their teeth coming out their mouth. They could just praise God in spirit and in truth. So if you could just go back to how we used to do it when flies was flying around in the church and the air conditioners was in the wall. If we could just take about 60 seconds and give God some show enough, hallelujah, praise, up in here, up in here, up in here this morning. Put your hands together and shout hallelujah, shout glory, glory, glory. Yeah, somebody shout. Like you used to shout when you was in elevation. Yeah, some of y'all used to go to Cameo. Shout like you shouted in Cameo. I got some Tony Dog that was supposed to say that. Lord, we thank you. We thank you for this will as it is. We thank you for your Holy Spirit. We thank you for your Son, Jesus. We thank you for a hill called Calvary. We thank you for a garden called vicinity. We thank you for a resurrection Sunday. Lord, these are your people. These are your people. We pray right now, God, that you will use me, that men would see Jesus in me, that you would crucify me and resurrect Jesus. Soften our hearts this morning, God, to receive a word from you. God, soften our hearts right now, that they would hear truth, and that their lives would never be the same. God, we thank you for this gospel. We thank you for being able to preach it freely. We thank you, God, for loving us despite our faults. Move right now. Holy Spirit, move in this place. In Jesus' name we pray. Let the church say amen. Amen. Anybody know Jesus this morning? Anybody know Jesus this morning? If you would this morning, I'm not going to hold you long, just want you to turn for about 20 minutes to Matthew, the 16th chapter. Matthew, the 16th chapter. You guys look so nice this morning. If I would have known that the colors was maroon and black, I would have went bought me a maroon suit or something. Told me I'm in the wrong color. Got the wrong color on, but I'm in the right place. Hey man, I want y'all. I know Esther got ribs cooking and know y'all got all this food, know y'all ready to eat. But y'all, just give me 20 minutes and say amen. If you hear something that's true, we gonna get out of here. Y'all act like I ain't preaching, we gonna be here all day long. Even if I ain't preaching, act like I'm preaching. Amen. Matthew the 16th chapter. I just want to look at a couple of verses, starting in verse 24. It says, Then Jesus said unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what profit the man to gain the whole world and to lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Just want to use for a thought today. Who do men say that you are? Who do men say that you are? So here it is, a familiar passage of scripture in Matthew the 16th chapter. As I was talking to your pastor this morning, I was telling him that we are living in a day and time where people come to church and they don't even bring their Bibles. folks will go to a cookout and bring their own aluminum foil. Talk to me if you can this morning. At least in my house, they'll bring their own aluminum foil, their own to-go trays to take your food away from your house. But they'll come to the Lord's house and they won't even bring their Bibles. When we look at this passage of scripture this morning, if you have a Bible, you see that the writing is in red. When I was a young man, my mother told me that whenever I seen red writing in the Bible, it would suggest to you and I this morning that it is Jesus that's speaking. We live in a day and time where we can't assume that the crowd knows that when they see red writing in the Bible, that it's Jesus that's speaking. When I was a little boy, my mother would lay down beside me at night, and she would get on her knees as I got on my knees, and she would say, "Son, repeat after me." It would be something that went similar to this: "If now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul." Y'all been had a mother just like mine. Nowadays, you talk to 9 and 10-year-old kids, and they can't tell you that prayer or no other prayer. Times have changed. And so as we look at this passage of scripture, we see that Jesus has just came off feeding 4,000 people with 7 loaves of bread and a few fish. And Jesus is talking to his disciples in this passage, and he's telling them to beware of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Jesus begins to tell his disciples that they need to beware of church folks. And I don't know how y'all feel about it this morning, but if you ever want to be hurt, just go to church. There are some folks that can really cut you down in the church. Folks that don't go to church used to go to church, they just don't go to church no more because somebody like you did hurt them in the church. And so Jesus is warning his disciples this morning to beware of the religious people in the church. As Jesus is talking to his disciples, they don't have a clear understanding of what Jesus is saying, and so Jesus begins to go into detail explaining to them what it is that he's trying to say. As they are traveling, Jesus takes them to a place leading up to this 24th verse. He takes them to a place called Caesarea Philippi. When we look at that place in scripture, we see that that place was a sinful and immoral place. It was the present day Las Vegas. Talk to me if you can this morning. It was the sin city of Jesus's time. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Las Vegas, but I've been there a few times myself. And when the plane lands in Las Vegas, it's something about the city that makes your blood begin to boil. Maybe it's the bright lights and the fancy cars, or maybe it's the ding, ding, ding you hear as you walk through the hotel. Maybe it's the big buffet with the crab legs. Maybe it's the dice table or the blackjack table. But there's something in Las Vegas besides the shows that get people to Las Vegas week after week. So here it is that Jesus the Christ chooses to take his disciples this morning to Caesarea Philippi, the present day Las Vegas. So you may ask yourself the question this morning, out of all the places that Jesus could have took his disciples to teach them this morning, why does he choose a place that's so sinful? He could have taken them to the temple. He could have taken them to the Holy of Holies. He could have taken them to the Mount of Olives. He could have taken them to the Garden of Gethsemane. But Jesus chooses this morning to take his disciples right they're smack in the middle of Las Vegas, Nevada. Come on, Jesus. What's going on in the text this morning? Jesus makes a decision to take his disciples to a place where there were men sleeping with goats. There were women sleeping with women. He takes them to a sinful place. And you may ask the question this morning, Jesus, why would you take your disciples into a place that was so full of sin? Well, I want to tell you this morning, you can go anywhere you want to go as long as you take Jesus with you. Do I have a witness in here this morning? I don't have to be afraid to go anywhere as long as I take Jesus with me. The problem with a lot of us is we want to go where we want to go and we want to do what we want to do, but we want to leave Jesus at the church on Sunday. And so Jesus, in this passage, Esther, he begins to make a decree, and his decree is not to his disciples, and his decree is not to the world, but Jesus takes his disciples to Caesarea to make a decree to Satan and tell Satan, I'm here now. Jesus begins to plant his flag and tell Satan, I've come to kill and steal and destroy sin. If you want to make a point to somebody, you don't ask them to come to your house. You go to their house and say, I'm here. Step outside. What you want to do? And so here it is. Jesus steps in the midst of Satan's territory and tells him, we are here. And I ain't going nowhere. Watch the text this morning. As Jesus and his disciples are in Caesarea, he begins to talk to them. And he asks them a question. He says, who do men say that the Son of Man is? And I love Jesus because Jesus is so humble. Even being who he was, he doesn't address himself in his deity. He doesn't do like me and you would do. He doesn't say, who do they say the Son of God is? He doesn't say, who do they say the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings is? Y'all stay with me 15 more minutes. He doesn't address himself in his deity, but he says, who do they say the Son of Man is? Yeah. You know how we do. We want folks to know who we are. That we are somebody. Where we work, where we drive, where we live, what our bank account look like. We want folks to know that we are somebody. But Jesus does not address himself in his deity. He says, who do men say that the Son of Man is? And Peter, being who he was, Peter kind of a loud mouth. First to talk, always got something to say. You get Marshall, you got them in every church. Somebody who always got something to say, always got the answer. Sometimes think they more than somebody else. That was Peter. Lord, I'll never leave you. Lord, I'll never forsake you. Lord, I'll be there with you to the end. Wasn't you with Jesus? Nah, I don't know him. Wasn't you with him? No, I don't know. The third time he said, hey, Peter had to be a Negro. He started cussing the folks out. Didn't I tell you so-and-so I would? Yeah, that Peter. The one that I'll be with you to the end, be with you to death. I want to tell you that everybody tell you that they're going to be with you. Everybody that say they'll ride with you, they'll roll with you. Everybody that say they're on your side ain't on your side. Yes, sir. A hit dog will bark. And so here it is. Peter says, Jesus, he says, you are the Son of God, the Christ. And Jesus looks at Peter and he says, flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. There are some things that only come from the Lord. Do you hear what I'm saying in here this morning? There are some things that your pastor can't speak over you. There are some things that the prophetess can't speak over you. There are some things in your life that you can only get directly from the Lord. Oh, y'all, thank God this morning that you got a direct path to the Lord through Jesus. You ain't got to go through no priest. You ain't got to go through Pastor Harper. And please don't call my phone, because I don't answer all the time. You better go straight. Talk to me if you can this morning, Mark. You better go straight to the Lord. We have a high priest. And so watch the text this morning. I'm almost done. Watch the text this morning. Here it is this morning, Peter thinking that he's saying the right thing, think that he's doing the right thing, when Jesus begins to talk about a place called Calvary. He begins to explain how he's got to be crucified and how he got to go from judgment hall to judgment hall. And Peter begins to be discouraged and tells Jesus no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I don't want you to miss this. Don't miss this morning. Because in the text, Jesus calls Peter Simon Bar-Jonah. He also calls Peter in the text. But when we get to this verse, Jesus finds another name for Peter. And it's not Peter and it's not Simon, but he calls Peter Satan. Talk to me if you can this morning. He says, Satan, get thee behind me. And what Jesus was simply saying is, we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. And he said, it ain't Peter that I'm talking to. He understood that it was not Peter who was talking. And so you got to address people the correct way. Sometimes folks, they mean you well, but they're trying to get in the way of God's destiny for your life. And sometimes you got to say, Satan, get behind me. Sometimes they live in the same house you live in. Talk to me if you can this morning. Sometimes they carry your same last name. Talk to me if you can this morning. Sometimes they shake your hand every Sunday morning. Sometimes they sing in the choir or preach in the pulpit. You got to say, Satan. You got to call it what it is. What is the problem with the church is we even got 2 weeks. Everybody got a parade. Everybody stand up for what they believe in. The boys stand up for what they believe in. The girls stand up for what they believe in. Everybody stand up for what they believe in. But the church won't stand up and say, I believe that what you're saying is against the will of God, against the way of God. They're worried they're going to lose members. Yeah, but a lot of us, we got folks to come to church, but they ain't our members. They just here. And so you got to stand on what you believe the word of God says is true. And so Jesus calls out Satan for who he is. See, I'm looking past Peter, because this ain't Peter that's talking. This is Satan that's talking. Anytime somebody's trying to get in the way of God's plan for your life, it's Satan. It can be mama, it can be daddy, it can be husband, it can be wife, it can be child. But you got to call it what it is. Satan, get behind me. Watch the text this morning. Give me 6 minutes. He says, Satan, the things that you're thinking about are not the things of God, but the things of men. Now watch Jesus. Jesus says that if it's appealing to men, then it didn't come from God. Y'all hear me? If it's appealing to men, then it didn't come from God. If it's appealing to your flesh, then it did not come from God. If it's appealing to your spirit, then it came directly from the hands of God. Can't say amen, say ouch. He said, thou don't save the things that be of God, but those that be of men. I our church all the time. I said, many of you are missing out on the blessings of God because you don't know what they are. And the reason you don't know what they are is because you don't spend any time in the Word of God. And so God has made us promises, but you don't even know what to ask for because you haven't spent any time in the Word of God. And if you want to develop an intimate, close relationship with God, you've got to spend some time in the Word of God. Now watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. You got people who are going in every different direction, and they think that it's God that's speaking to them. If Jesus was not connected to his Father, he would have thought that what Peter was saying was good news to him. But because he was so connected to his Father, he recognized that everything that looks good, and everything that looks shiny, and everything that looks pretty, and everything that smells like roses ain't good. I can't speak for you this morning, but I've got myself in some mess looking at stuff that look good and feel good and taste good. And talk to me if you can this morning. Sin will always take us farther than we ever intended to go. Keep us longer than we ever intended to stay. Cost us more than we ever intended to pay. And so Jesus recognizes that this is not his Father that's speaking this morning. And so here it is. We see in the 24th verse, give me 4 minutes and I'm out of here. He says, if any man will come after me. Now when we see the word come after, it has the idea in the Greek language of coming to yourself. Watch the text this morning. It has the idea of us coming to ourselves. Now watch this. The Bible says in John 3, when Jesus is talking to Nicodemus, he tells Nicodemus, he said, except the man be born again, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. Nicodemus says to Jesus, he said, how can a man enter into his mother's womb again? But Jesus says you got to be born of water and of the Spirit. Now watch the text here. The text is saying when we are born again and we come to ourselves the way God designed us. The way God designed us. When we come to ourselves, watch the text this morning. He says, let him deny himself. The word deny has the idea of disowning. It has the idea of disowning. So when we see the text, the Bible is saying that a man has to disown himself in order to follow Jesus. Watch the text this morning. You were born knowing how to lie. You don't have to teach a kid how to lie. You got to teach them how to tell the truth. Your kid come out the womb stealing cookies out the cookie jar. Chocolate all over his mouth. You say, wait, what you been doing? Nothing. You ain't had no cookies? No. You come out the womb knowing how to do wrong. You come out the womb knowing how to do wrong. And so Jesus says, except a man be born again. Now watch the text this morning. If any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. All things passed away, and behold, talk to me if you can. If you ever read the Bible before, all things become new. And so the text says we have to disown our old self. Now, many of us, the Bible says, will stand before God on that day. And we're going to say, God, we went to church, and God, we prophesied in our name, and God, we visited the sick in our name. And the Bible says that God will say, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. I never knew you. And so let me tell you, a lot of folks are faking it real good. They come to church every Sunday. They sing in the choir. They preach their sermons. They dress real nice, but they only wear their hair. But they're on their way to hell because the Bible says if we got to follow Jesus, then we got to deny ourselves. I know y'all used to feel good messages. I know y'all like Joel Osteen and y'all want to hear God wants you to be happy. But God don't want you to be happy. The Bible don't talk about happiness. It talks about joy. And it says the joy that we have, the world didn't give it. Talk back to me if you can this morning. And the world can't take it away. I want to show you the picture this morning. You're just like me. You go to Landers and you get that new car, and oh boy, can't nobody tell you nothing when you get that new car. You go to the car wash every other day, you wash it, you keep it clean. Tell your kids, don't eat no McDonald's French fries in the back seat of my new car. You're happy. 6 months later, the newness that wore off. The payment keep coming around, seems like every 2 weeks. And you say, I know I shouldn't have bought this ragged car. I'm $8,000 upside down. They screwed me at the time. Oh, you've been there too. And every time you turn around, you're trying to buy something to bring you happiness. And that's why the Bible don't talk about happiness, because happiness depends on what happens. But he talks about joy. And I want to tell you this morning, when you got joy, it don't matter how much money you got in the bank, what kind of car you drive. It don't matter how much weight you got on, how many teeth in your mouth, how much hair in your... Talk to me, declare this morning. When you got joy on the inside, they can talk about you like a dog at the church. And you come to church every Sunday, knowing they've been talking about you. Sit right next to the person that's been talking about you. Hug them like ain't nothing never happened. Say, I've been praying for you. Talk to me if you can this morning. Yeah, when you got joy, the situation don't matter. The circumstance don't matter. I'm going to close right here, but the Bible says, what shall a man give in exchange for a soul? Silver and gold have I not, but what I have, you can have it. I don't have no money to give y'all this evening. All I got is a story about a man named Jesus. That's all I got. Is a man named Jesus. You ever been touched by Jesus? I'm talking about a real experience with a man named Jesus. The one that came over 2,000 years ago. Walked the streets of Jerusalem. Touching the sick, healing the blind. Making the lame walk. They always talk about Jesus and what he did for everybody else. Folks got too much pride to talk about what he did for them. But I'm going to tell you how Jesus changed my life. Late one night, wasn't no church service. Wasn't no deacons around to pray for me. Wasn't no holy oil. Just me and Jesus. Late one night at my house, something came over me. And it was so clear. It said, it's time. I began to cry like I'm doing right now. I began to shed tears. I said, I can't sell dope no more. I got to change my life. The Lord said, it's time. I began to call my cousins, and every time they would talk, they be cussing. And I said, man, why are you cussing so much? I didn't know what was going on at the time. But God was doing something on the inside of me. I want to tell y'all this morning, when God begins to move on your life, it don't matter what nobody else thinks. It don't matter what nobody else say. It don't matter how they feel about it. You got to answer the call of Jesus. to say, why y'all cussing so much? I began to tell them, stop cussing so much. He said, man, every time we talk, that's all you got to say, we cuss too much. Then I began to say, hey man, y'all got to change. Y'all got to change. And I had all these guys around me, man, that I was leading to hell. They were depending on me. I was leading them to hell. And then all of a sudden one day God came in and changed my life. They thought I was crazy. But let me tell you, all those men that I was leading to hell, they're all deacons at my church now. God can use anybody. Don't you let nobody tell you that God can't use you. Whatever you've done, wherever you've been, whoever you've been with, God can still use you. The trick of the devil is to get you to believe that God can't use you. But if God can use me, if God can use me, Hugh Hefner didn't have nothing on me, Pastor Noah. I was a player. But God. But God. I was the chief of all sinners. But God. Yeah, you got to tell folks who you used to be, so they can look at how good God is now. I used to love to shoot dice. I used to love to shoot dice. And I still love to shoot dice. But I don't shoot them like I used to. God's still working on me. God's still working on me. And if you perfect and you in the wrong place, God's still working on me. Y'all put that on your Facebook page. Tell the pastor, the priest said he don't shoot guys like he used to. God is still working on me. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believed in Him would not perish, but have everlasting life. For while we were yet sinners, God commanded His love toward us. For thou shalt confess with thy mouth and believe in thy heart in the Lord Jesus, and believe that God has raised Him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. He walked the Viva de la Rosa on His way to Calvary. The same place that David buried Goliath's head. Golgotha was at the feet of a man named Jesus. 100% God and 100% man, all at the same time. All God and all man. Never said a mumbling word. As they led Him up to Calvary. Can you see the picture this morning? Jesus crucified for you, knowing that you would keep sinning, knowing that you would keep doing all the stuff you're doing. He still went anyway. Father, forgive them. Can you see Him? As He looked at you, He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Looks to His Father, says, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? As His Father had to turn His back on Him, couldn't look on the scene. Father, why hast thou forsaken me? On Friday, Jesus was in the grave. All Saturday day and all Saturday night. Early Sunday morning. As Mary and Martha is going to the tomb, wanting to anoint his body, there was a man in all white. He said, why do you look for the living amongst the dead? Jewish custom was that whenever you would eat at somebody's table, if you were going to the restroom and you were coming back to eat, you would fold your napkin on the table.
Yes, sir.
That meant you were coming back. So when they went into the grave of Jesus, there was his clothes. But they weren't just laid any kind of way. They were folded. Jesus was telling them, I'm coming back. He's coming back for a church without spot or wrinkle. Oh grave, where's thy victory? Oh death, where's thy sting? Let us stand all over the building. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that you have accepted Jesus? If you die today, are you sure that your business is fixed up?